Flosstube. Today is Wednesday, July 29th, 2026, and this is Flosstube 65. I really should get my ducks in a row and remember the numbers. Anyhow, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by this morning. It is bright and early, like 7:15 in the morning. Everyone is still asleep. My husband went off into the office this morning, so before the day gets crazy, I thought I would go ahead and get a little update in here, especially for the end of Jolly July. School starts back next week. Work gets busy next week, so it's about to get really crazy. Once school starts, that is like the downhill slide for the rest of the year, because fall is the best season, right next to Christmas. And so all the fun things happen, and so it's just about to be crazy. So I'm excited. But anyways, I am so excited that you're here today. Thank you for stopping by on my last video, which was the Jolly July kind of mid progress report. So today I want to go over the things that I finished since then. Not a lot, because I've been really focused in on a big project. So I want to share my progress there, and then I'll go over what my plans are for August and September. And I say plans very loosely, but things that I'd like to touch if I can. I always have more, my appetite is bigger than my actual stomach. I think that's how the phrase goes. So my eyes always think that I can do more than I actually can in the month. But things that I want to share with you that are WIPs, that are great for August and September, and one's that's not really a new start, but it's a sal that I'm going to be doing with a friend. So let's jump in. I only had 2 finishes since my last video, but I have had 1 new start. I've worked on another WIP, 2 WIPs actually, the one big one, 1 small one, and then I'll just kind of review what I did for the whole month. So to begin with, I was able to get finished. This is Santa's mini sampler. Also, I'm in a different location because everyone's asleep, and my normal filming location is in the dining room, which is right next to my kids' bedrooms. So I figured I did not want to disturb them. So this is my little stitchy corner in our bedroom, where I've got just a little space to stitch and sit and rock and whatever. Sometimes I work here too because it's very comfortable. But this is by Punkin Quilting, Santa's mini sampler. So I was able to get that finished up. Let's see if I can put it behind something. Just choosing my own colors, which is what she says to do. So I didn't have a whole lot of work left on him, but he's so cute. He is stitched on 27 count Linda fabric in a mocha, vintage country mocha-ish color that I got from overseas, and they only do it by number. And if you hear my dog, he's in the background. He decided to hang out with me this morning. So that was the first one since the last video. The second one was I finished my youngest daughter's little ornament for Christmas. So this is the book that I'm using. I'm doing one for all 3 of them. So my son, I stitched this one. My youngest daughter, she picked the tree. And my oldest picked the heart, which is right here. But I'm not going to, my oldest daughter, I'm not going to stitch it on the black. I'm going to do the same color that I've been doing the other ones. So here's my finish of that little guy. There is a mistake in this guy. So this little part up here, as you can see, they kind of all go up. And mine just kind of goes flat because I made a mistake. And I know it's small, and I very easily could have taken it out and fixed it. I just didn't feel like doing it because I don't think it changes a whole lot for the little guy. And he has a super fast stitch, and the heart will go quickly as well. So I'll probably try to finish that up here in the next day or 2, just to where I can get it done. So overall, I had 1, 2, so those are 2 finishes for the month of July. I finished Minnie Mouse, if you remember. I did not start Mickey Mouse. I do need to do that. I finished the South, so that's 3. This is number 4. This is by Quarter Shop. It was a free stitch from last year, so it's still on their website. My son's ornament, so that's number 5. Number 6 was Freedom Delivery that I finished. And number 7 ornament is by Nikki's Creation. It's the Poinsettia Strawberry. That one, I mean, it counts, but it's super small. I feel like I'm cheating with that finish because it's so small, but it'll be a really cute ornament. So 7 ornament finishes, that's not too bad for the month. And now let me share what I worked on as far as WIPs go. So I'm going to start with actually my new start, which was inspired by my friend Raquel, who is traveling biking mama. She has been stitching her Santa's Village by Cottage Needleworks. And I have had this project going. It's a series, and I've stitched them individually. Raquel's piece is all together. It's absolutely stunning. I imagine she's either done or almost done. She's so close. When I started this, she had 2.5 left, and I was like, oh, I've got 3 that I haven't stitched yet. Maybe I'll pick one up and I'll stitch one. And she encouraged me to do so. So I started a new one. I have stitched, I guess there's 12 of them. So I've stitched 9. So this will be my 10th one. I will have 2 left. If I do one a year, because I think I did one last year, it'll be like a 12-year project, because I started these probably 2013, I want to say. No, that's 13 years already, so 16-year project. Anyway, math is hard. Anyway, I started this one. This was the next one that I already actually had kitted up in a little portfolio thing. So this is Santa's Tree Farm. Mine are all stitched on 28 count Lambswool. And this is how far I've gotten. So this was a new start in the last couple weeks. So I feel like that's actually pretty good. I am super close to finishing this one. I need to fill in the house. I'm working on filling in the yellow on the house, and then it's just the house, the rest of the trees. So there's a little bit in here. I think it's a darker green or lighter green. And then the stems and the snowflakes. Oh, and the border at the bottom. So I still have to do that too. But I don't think it'll take very long. And then I will have another one to fully finish to add to my village. And it is, the way that I finish these is on the foam blocks that you can get. And I have like a whole little setup. I may change that up this year just to how I display it, but I do it as a village almost. You can see it in probably my post-credit scenes today. I think it's in that video, but it's just on my cabinet, and I've got a lot of different pieces that I mix in to make it look like a little village, and I really love it. So I will have 2 more after this to finish. I don't remember which 2. Who knows, maybe I'll start. That actually has gone pretty quickly, and I picked it up during movie night. We have been doing Sunday night movie night, introducing the kids to some of the Marvel movies, because my son is super into superheroes and the Marvel things, and my husband grew up on that, and so he's very well versed in everything Marvel. So we watched a couple of those movies on Sundays. The girls kind of like them. They were playing the other day, but they get distracted very easily with movies, so they end up like playing, not fully watching the movie, which is fine. But that's what we've been doing, and I can't stitch still during a movie, during TV shows, so I stitch. So that was my new start. And then I was like, well, I'm working on Cottage Needleworks. I've got this whole project I need to probably get working on, because this is Christmas market. If I can find my piece in here. And I am only on the second one. This is a Christmas cake stand. I had started this one, I don't know, February. So I'd like to get it done. And it's close, but I made a mistake, and so I'm still trying to decide how I'm gonna rectify that mistake. But I was working on this one last night. It was a late night for my husband's softball tournament has started. It started last night. And our game was at 8 up on the mountain, which is 40 minutes away. So we didn't get home till 10, which is why everyone is still sleeping in, which I'm a-okay with. So I was working on this one because we got there early, and they have a playground. It's at a country club up on the mountain, and so they've got a big playground, and I had like 30 minutes while the kids played and my husband went and kind of watched the game beforehand. So these are stitched on, what is it? I've got a huge piece of it. I'll put it in the show notes because I do not remember what it's stitched on, and I don't have the color in here. It's just a neutral, one of the, it's not beige. I can't remember, y'all. And I'm flying by the seat of my pants today. I did not have notes or anything like that, so bear with me. But the mistake. Okay, so there's 4 of these lines, as you can see, and I did one too many. So there's only supposed to be 3. So all of this is supposed to be lower, which leaves room for 4 stitches of white up here for the cake stand sign. Well, I finished all of that and realized my mistake. I'm not picking it out. So that's the white up there. So I'm thinking I might just put the letters down here on my extra line and put cake stand there and leave the white off completely, because if I put even just 2 lines, it's gonna border up against the roof, and I don't think that's gonna look very good with the letters there. I don't know. Any advice? Let me know. But what I'm thinking is I'm just gonna put the letters here because it'll fit across that part, and do it in white, maybe black. So on this one, all I have to do left is finish the girl who I was working on last night. There's white down here that goes completely around the greenery that I've got there, the holly and berries, but it's only 5 lines of white, so it's not bad. There's a little bit of white up here, and then, yeah, of course, snowflakes that have to go in there. So I've got to get those done. So this one should be done eventually. It'll be done this year. That's for sure. I have no doubts that I will be able to get it done. Try to see if I had any indication of what fabric this is. It's like a beige. Light taupe. That sounds right. I think it's taupe. It's the one that Primrose Cottage uses a lot. All right, so one more big whip that I've been working on. And I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. It's 7 a.m. in the morning, like I said. I gotta get that coffee in before those kids wake up. Today we are going bowling. We have not gone bowling we didn't go last week because we did something else with some friends. It was one of my son's good friends from school, his birthday, and they have 2 daughters that are right around my girl's age, and they all love each other. They are wild together, which is probably why they're good together, but we also need to keep them really outside because they're so wild together. But instead, we decided to go to Build-A-Bear, and Build-A-Bear had a sale on bears online about a month ago, so we got like $15 bears, and then we just took them in store for them to stuff, and she did the same for her kids. So for his birthday, that was kind of our little date that we went on. So they got these cute little bears. They had a great time, and then we decided to take them to Chick-fil-A so that they could go play in the play area. Well, that was a mess because everyone's loud, and then there were some parents who were mad about it being loud, but it's a play area. I don't really know what to tell you. So that was not the best experience. I think she and I were like, well, maybe next time. Their yard is getting worked on at their house because they just moved here a year ago, and so they don't have any play area, but they will soon. Fenced in, all the things. So she was like, we'll just take them to our house next time, and they can be wild outside, and no judgment from other parents. And I don't think it was fully our kids. I think it was everyone, but it just somehow trickled down to being our kids. I don't know. And it's a small area, right? Those areas keep the door shut. The kids are having a great time, but someone was standing there holding the door open for whatever reason. I don't know. Anyways, that was a fun experience. But our yard, we don't really have a yard in our backyard right now. We're hoping to move in the next couple of years, and at that point we will, but right now it's just, there's not a lot of outdoor space to have 6 kids come over and play. Anyhow, so instead we're gonna go bowling today because we didn't go last week. We had a great time with them though. And then probably next week because school starts Thursday. So that'll be our last 2 like Wednesday bowlings. That's been our thing over the summer. And the kids were really disappointed last week when we didn't go. But I was like, I took you to Build-A-Bear and to Chick-fil-A. We'll go bowling next week. It'll be fine. But they're so excited to go. All right, so my big whip is Comfort and Joy Plumstreet Samplers. So I started this one before my last video, and I think I only had like the border and a little bit done. So now I've made a lot of progress. This is on 36 count baked clay, which is the called for fabric and all the called for colors as well. So here is my progress. And can I fold this and still show you? I got a lot of extra fabric. I cut this down, which I normally don't do, before I had finished the border. So I'm super happy with the progress. I have not been able to put this one down. It is just gorgeous and so much fun to stitch. There's a mistake because, you know, how can I stitch and there not be a mistake? I have no idea where it is. I've like tried to figure it out, but I think somewhere over here is not lining up along here, and it's like 1 too short or something. Nothing big in the grand scheme of things. I just have to, I don't think I have to actually adjust anything. So what I had done was I had stitched across here, came down here, did the tree, and I know something's wrong with the tree, but I had adjusted for the tree, which my stitches show that I had adjusted for the mistake in the tree. And then I came down here and went over here all the way and then went up to the house. So when I came up here, I don't think I took anything out, but I counted up to see if I was in the right place for where this little guy was. I was not. And so I didn't match up to the border up there either. So there's some shift somewhere that happened. I don't know where it is. I'm not going to fix it. I'm just going with it because everything is so spaced out that it's not going to matter in the end. So I'm not worried about it. But since my last video, I've done like the majority of this except for like the top. So I finished my tree, came all the way down, did all of this. It's ready to be filled in. So I've got all the hollies and berries ready. I've worked completely on the house. I'm trying to get all the snowflakes filled in because they're just in random places there. That way the roof is just ready for complete fill-in. And then I'll just have to finish this tree, 2 more trees, finish the stamp up here, all the snowflakes, and then fill everything in. So I will get this one done this year for sure. It's a lot smaller than I thought it was. I don't know, for some reason it looks really big, but it's actually not that bad. It is 138 by 136. And there's something about this one. I don't know what it is, but I absolutely love stitching on it. And I've not been able to put it down. My friend Lisa, who I'm stitching this with, who's Red Poppy Crafts, she had a great conversion for down here that I might have to borrow. I was gonna just leave the 1/1 off and leave the words off, but I really love what she did with it. So if you don't follow her, I'm sure she'll post it on Instagram, so you'll be able to see the amazing changes that she has made. So that is all of my finishes and WIPs. That's really sad. I mean, not sad. It's good progress. This one I've been really working on a lot. I think I took like a full week, and that was almost exclusively what I worked on for that full week. So I'm gonna finish up Jolly July. We finish on Friday. That is by no means the end of my Christmas stitching. It will continue sporadically throughout until Christmas because I didn't work on any of my Christmas gifts. The gingerbread, thankfully they're quick, but I do need to probably start making them my car stitching for the most part because I need to get them done. So anytime my husband's driving, that'll be my project, I think, until I get bored, and then I'll switch it up and then I'll come back to it. But I do need to get working on that. My middle daughter's ornament. I did finally get my felt, so I'll share that before I go into some other plans and things. My country traveling felt came in. Finally got here from shipping from Chattanooga to Chattanooga, Tennessee, but taking a detour to Oakland, California, and somewhere else in San Francisco, California, I think. Went all the way around, whatever. Went to Memphis, went to Nashville, finally came back here. So these are all of my Christmas colors. These are from Over the River Felt, which is literally over the river from me. It's actually over the bay, but we have to drive. I went on a tangent last time about that, but they're local, and there's another felt shop actually that I found that was local, but I've not purchased from them. I can't remember their name, but I'm looking into them. They're on Etsy, and they are in Chattanooga as well, which is really great. I didn't know we had so many, felt suppliers here. So all my fun colors, because I need to put my pasta felt dies into good use. So I've not even taken them out or cut them up or anything like that. So I've got to do that so that I can start working on my kids, my other ornament for my kids that I'm going to be doing. And then there is one more stitching ornament that they will each get as well. Plus I owe them some ornaments from last year. So I got to work on those too. I overcommit myself. It's true. But I have purple in here and pink in here for the girls because I'm going to do some of that. I'm going to do one for my husband. That'll probably be green, and my son will probably get a blue engine. And then I'm going to put their initials in there so that everyone knows who theirs are. My daughter's names both start with M, but my middle daughter goes by Kenzie. So K is what we usually use for her initial, even though that's not the case. So moving on to some plans. September, sampler September, but I don't feel like 1 month is enough for samplers. So I like to work on them August and September. Within that, so I'm going to show some samplers that I'm going to work on. However, I need to play catch up because I took all of July off and I was not fully caught up on this one. This is America the Beautiful by Teresa Kogut. It is her tier 4 Patreon piece, stitch along through. It's 9 months and it's supposed to go through December, I think. We'll see if I can get it done this year. I don't know, because I'm only still on block 3. So I need to, and block 4 has already come on over here. So I need to get back to this. I did finish block 1 and block 2, so I was thrilled to get those ones done. But this is where I'm at on block 3. So there's a whole Liberty Bell that I am told is a ridiculous amount of stitching. So I at least need to get the full thing outlined. In August is my plan, and then start in on the next one because we're about to go up to here, I think, August 1st. So I'm very behind. This is stitched on 36 count, I want to say Dove by Color and Cotton. Then this one I know I have in here. Nope, not Dove, Flintstone. 36 count Flintstone. And it will fit on a full fat quarter, and I am using the called for colors. So this is a grayish fabric, and this is all the way over. So this is the fat quarter because I was a part of the club, and that's what you get. I am giving myself teeny tiny margins, but I will be framing it, and so that is a-okay with me. So that's down to the bottom. So there's still some fabric at the bottom that once I cut off, I'll be able to use that like for ornaments or something too on a piece of fat quarter. But I wanted to make sure that I didn't want to try to have to get a bigger piece than I needed because most of my fabric, especially 36 count, is fat quarters. I haven't gotten a lot. I think baked clay was the first fat yard that I ever got because of a piece that I stitched that needed it. What did I stitch? What am I stitching on baked clay? There's another piece that Goodness and Mercy. I didn't even bring that one. That one's gonna get worked on. I need to find that guy. I don't know where Goodness and Mercy is. I don't think it's here. I've got a little basket. Nope. I'll share that one next time. That's another one that I want to work on in Sampler September. Or maybe I'll pause here in a second and I'll try to go find it. So that guy needs to get worked on. I would like to put some work into One Nation by Bygone Stitches. I have made a little progress on this one since you last saw it. So I worked on it towards the end of June, but I didn't share it in my last video, I don't think. So this is my progress on it. So, fun story. I was stitching a white that I did not like on this fabric. And I had stitched 5 stars. So I'm going to show you kind of closer up. I had stitched like 5 stars that I completely tore out. And now this is the white that I'm using. And then I had stitched all the way across the letters right there. And you couldn't read it from afar. And the lighting, it'll be better once there's something behind it too and it's in a frame. So you can see it a lot better. So I sent a picture to my friend Lisa and was like, can you see it? And she suggested doing a test of holding it back and seeing if my husband can see it across the room. So my husband and my mom were over and I checked and they were like, there's white on that? There's words on that? There's stars in that? And I was like, okay, that means I need to take it all out and order something new. So that's what I did. I pulled it all out, which was just a absolute delight to pull all of that out. And I ordered some Belsois icing. So this color is showing up a lot better. And I was also motivated when I saw Nicole Spores because her white is showing up amazingly. And I was like, mine looks terrible. And it's just depressing. I was using heirloom lace. So you can see the difference here in the colors. And this one was just blending in, especially because you're using one strand. It was not showing very well. This fabric I will have to put down below because I don't remember it either. 36 count, some neutral. It's not in my thing either. So I'll put what that fabric is below. So it's showing up a lot better. I was not going to pull out all the white lines. So all of these lines are staying because I don't think it's going to make a difference. I had all of those lines and there's no way I was pulling those ones out. I was like, I will pull out the words and the stars, and those lines are just going to stay the heirloom lace. I think the transition will be just fine. I will know. I'm not sure anyone else will know. If you look closely, I guess you'll know. So I want to get some more working on that one for sure in the next couple months. Oh, here we go. This is 36 count Parchment by Fiber on a Whim. There we go. And let's see here. Something my son and I still need to do for this month. So maybe this afternoon when we get back from bowling. He is going to help me stitch on, this is, oh, where's my cover photo? The Christmas Story. And I'm stitching one a month. This month it was supposed to be 2 because my son is going to stitch a sheep and I'm going to stitch a sheep. I don't think it'll take long. So I'll probably work on that one this weekend. We are driving to my sister-in-law and brother-in-law's house in Helen for the night. And so I will probably take this and work on it in the car. So if he and I can get it outlined today, then we can do that. So we're going to do the sheep. So that has to get started soon. And then next month I need to do one of the wise men because I'm down to, I think all I have left are the wise men on this. We're going to set that over there so I don't lose track of it. Another one that I would like to get back to and put some progress in is This I Know by Plumstreet Samplers, because this was a new start this year and I want to get it done. I want to be finishing WIPs and not adding a ridiculous amount of WIPs to my pile. And I think at this point I have a lot of the ones that I've started, I've finished this year along with finishing WIPs. So I think by the end of the year, should be getting that number down, not up. So I want to be going down, not up. I know I'm probably not going to finish One Nation. If I could, that'd be great. But I just don't see a lot of hope because we've got 5 months left in the year. America the Beautiful, I'd like to finish too, but I'm behind, so we'll just kind of see. So those may be 2 that I'm carrying over into next year. So I'd like to not have a whole lot more that I'm carrying over. This is my progress that I've had since my last, I guess I already showed this progress, but this is where I am at. So I have to do all of the leaves for the next tree. I've got to do all of the fill-in, and I've kind of been doing that a little bit along the way. There's some fill-in on the house with the windows and the steeple. There's a sun. There's like a peacock, I think, and a flowery thing, and a star, and the words. And the birds. I haven't finished the birds yet either. So there's still some work to be done, but not an unreasonable amount to do. This is stitched on a 28 count fabric. It is Nantucket by Color and Cotton with all the called for colors. And so that's where we're at. I'd like to pull that one out because that will be my sampler-ish piece. And this one is 142 by 150. So it's actually pretty comparable to Comfort and Joy. So I should be able to handle it. And then this is a WIP that I started, I don't know, 2 years ago when it first came out. And my friend Lisa is going to start it. Sorry, my picture was stuck on the vinyl. Whoops. And I had such a sad start. So I was like, I don't even know if this really should be considered a new start. But it's not. This is the month-to-month August. I have not stitched any of these, but I have all of them because I was part of the club. And sometimes I go in and I borrow floss from the packs, because I need it and I have not worked on them. So I was like, I might as well use the floss. Called for colors. This fabric I got from Etsy, I believe. It is a fabric flare. I have my receipt in here, but I don't know what it's called. I know I got it from Dove Stitch, and I'm pretty sure they were on Etsy, but I don't know what this fabric is called. But I only have enough to do this to finish this one. So if I stitch the other ones, I either have to find what fabric I got for this or stitch on something different. But that was my teeny tiny sad start. I do like the fabric though. So I've only started in on the barn, the windows, and the grass. That's bad. So lots to go on that. And Lisa will be starting it, so I will be picking it up as well. and probably maybe the second week of August. It's a 28 count fabric, so that's good. It'll make it easier to stitch. All right. And let me go see if I can find Goodness and Mercy. I had a whole nother bag next to me of stitching. I went to my basement. I was like, it's not with all these WIPs. It was sitting next to me the whole time. Okay. And one child is now awake, so we are going to wrap this up here. All right, so this is Goodness and Mercy by Teresa Kogut. This was another big piece that I've started and not finished. If I could get this one done this year, that would be awesome too. So this will definitely be one that I try to work on. It's on 36 count baked clay. No, this is actually a WIP from last year. We started this one last year. Okay. If I don't get it done, then it's not as bad, right? So here's the full piece of where I'm at. So I have the whole border done. The words I think will go pretty quickly. I think I'm closing in on getting the top done. I do have to obviously completely fill in the house, but the trees are completely done, and I'm working on getting all like the border doodads put in so that the top border is done down to like down there. And then house filling and everything. So everything will almost be done on the top. And then I will get to work in on all those sheep, because this one and this I know have a lot of sheep. And then those berry baskets. And after that, I feel like everything will go pretty easily, which is great. And I forgot which bag I had put it in. So I was like, I don't even know what project bag I'm looking for. Y'all, it's sheep. How do you forget that you put the Lord is my shepherd in the sheep bag? I don't know. That's where we're at in life. Okay. So I've kind of given the life update all throughout the video. There's not a whole lot else going on. There could be some work changes. I'll let you know about that in my next video. I don't want to say too much. But there's some stuff going on there in the background. The kids start school in a week, so a week from tomorrow. We are in East Tennessee, and so school goes from early August to the end of May. Versus I know there's a lot of schools that actually don't start till like September, but then they go into June. That's not how our schedule is. So it's nice, but hard because it's still summer, it's still hot outside. But my kids are very excited to be going back to school. They cannot wait. We have done some school supply shopping. We did school clothing shopping. We're gonna finish up supply shopping on Sunday. This weekend in Georgia and Tennessee is tax-free weekend for like school supplies. So laptops, clothes, all of the school supplies, they're all tax-free. So we like to go out and do a little bit of shopping on that weekend. So we've done a few things that I found some things that were on sale, but then we're gonna go do some more on Sunday after we get back from a weekend away. So we're excited to go visit family, make a trip. The kids are very excited. They love to go visit them. They usually come and visit us just because it's a little bit harder for us to gather our troops for a weekend trip. But we really enjoy when we get to make that trip. So that'll be a nice little end of summer hurrah before school starts back. We've got some camping trips coming up. We've got one in August just locally with some friends. That we're gonna do kind of back to school type fun at middle of August. And let's see, in September we have our church does family camp, and this will be our first year participating. So it's over a weekend where we're gonna be in a cabin, actually sharing a cabin with another family, and they do all kinds of church kind of coordinates activities. Our children's pastor, I guess, actually does that. And so we'll be able to kind of do some bonding things with other families, bonding things with us over the weekend. The kids are so excited. So we'll be doing that. And then we have a camping trip to Nashville with my parents. My dad has a Celtic festival and we went last year, so we'll be doing that again this year. And then there's another Celtic festival in October in Georgia we'll be going to at Stone Mountain camping, and probably making a camping trip over fall break in October. So we haven't booked that one yet. So we still have to book that. So this is the fun time of year. Fall festivals are coming up here in a couple months. Football is about to kick off. So my husband's like, we're going to go to some football games. Over the summer, we've been watching all of the soccer. So the kids have really gotten into soccer. Their soccer season's about to kick off in about a month. So they're all excited about that. So it's just crazy life stuff is coming up. But we've really enjoyed the summer, and I'm really thankful for kind of the downtime. So my son has been working on his ornaments and things, so we will get him in here soon to share his updates as well, because he's having a great time doing all of his stitching and starting new projects and ornaments and everything. So he so appreciates all the kind words that he has received, and he just gets a smile on his face. So thank you guys so much for that, and watching his journey and watching him share. It's a lot of fun to have my little sidekick stitching with him, or stitching with me. And we actually found a friend who we've been going on library dates with over the summer, and her daughter just started stitching. She's a year older than Tristan, and so she's doing stamped cross stitch. And then my friend has also gotten into some stitching, so I told her we'd have them over and do like a stitching date. And then our younger, or my middle, her younger, are the same age, and so they've been hanging out. Oh, he just came to join. You want to show? He's the one that's awake. All right, let me pause and we'll get set up for him to join. All right, so it's early, so we're still tired, right?
Yeah.
But he woke up and he wanted to film before the girls get up.
Yeah, because they always distract.
They're very distracting. All right, so we've got a finish, right?
Yeah.
Watch your feet. He's trying to mess with the tripod.
I'm not trying to.
I know. I'm gonna show it.
So it's a nutcracker. It's on 20 count, I think.
Yep, it's a opalescent, white opalescent fabric.
We don't have the pattern to show like a
The
snap
cover
of
photo.
or the cover, because I gave it to my mom after I had finished the thing, because it was in a magazine, and so
it's in a Just Cross Stitch magazine, which we shared last time. And so you can see the shimmery fabric that he stitched it on. This was his first time stitching with one strand of fabric, right?
Yeah.
Because I think
I've stitched on 20 count before, but I usually use 2.
Yes. Watch your feet, babe. Yes. So that's the little guy. He's so cute. And this is for his aunt. So all done. So he has one gift finished. And then you had a new start. Let's see. This was from Just Cross Stitch, December 2022. It is Frosty Friends by Century Farm Stitching. Super cute little guy. You wanna
hold it up? Yeah. I'm not that tall, so.
So that's where he's at. This is on a blue fabric. I don't think we wrote down what fabric it is.
Yeah, we did write it down.
But it's I think this is a 14 count Ada, I believe.
Pretty sure it's 18.
18?
Yeah, remember, because we were trying to decide.
It's 16 or
18. 16 or 18. So we were trying to decide, so I used 2 strands.
This one's for who?
Nana.
Nana, because she's a snowman lover.
Yeah, she has this big cabinet, and so she has like all the salt and pepper shakers you can find.
Ever.
Ever.
Ever. Who's this one for? This one's for
Dada.
So this was the start that he had last time. It is a free Santa mitten by Living on the Rainbow. It is on her blog spot, or on her blog, I believe, and her Facebook page from 2022 is when I printed this out, it looks like. So it's been a hot minute.
And I kind of took a break from doing that one. That one was like the first or second one I started.
This is a 14 count to die for fabrics, and it's a fabric of the month, so it doesn't actually have a name, but it's opalescent, as you can see with all the shimmer.
And it is 18 count.
No, 14.
14.
So those are the WIPs he's currently got, and then you've got some plans.
So I made a Winnie the Pooh last year for my little sister, youngest, and it was really fat. So I'm gonna try and make up for that. I'm gonna try and make up for that and make her another gift.
He was still adorable. This is just Cross Stitch 2000, the special Christmas edition, and he is gonna do this guy here, Noel, which is, oh goodness, what number is that? Number 6. It is, oh, it's, no, that's not right. Oh, it is. That's so funny. It says Christmas Spider, and it's by Lizzie Cates. I had to figure out why there was a spider, because it's a spider charm, is why it's called Christmas Spider.
I'm not putting the spider charm on
A gift for Maddie?
Yeah.
I know, that made me laugh.
This is the fabric that I'm using.
That is for sure a 14 count. I know that one.
Yeah. And then this one is for my papa. We were deciding between two different ones, and we ended up, he loves bagpipes, and so they had a pipers, one that said pipers, or one that you had to draw a piper piping. And what's funny about it is it comes with pipers and drummers. So what I thought was funny about it is that they both came with that. And so it's from the 12 Days of Christmas, hands-on design.
Do you know the song, The 12 Days of Christmas?
Yeah.
He knows the song, The 12
Mostly.
Pains of Christmas. If you've not heard that one, it's a good chuckle. But that's why it's pipers and drummers, because the 12 Days of Christmas,
I know.
there's pipers and drummers on days 9 and 11, 9 and 10.
That's
9.
Those are
9
Those are
drummers,
pipers.
drummer.
Pipers is the last one. Drummers is the second to last, I think. Yeah.
What number? What day, y'all, is pipers and drummers on? We're not
We're,
sure.
we're not in Christmas right now. We're trying to work on our Christmas in July.
Oh yeah, but we're
Not
not
in
listening to
the
Christmas
actual
music,
Christmas.
so maybe if we were listening to it recently, we would know.
I mean, we listened to the elf song.
We did listen to the elf song. The girls love that one, so that's their request. What is this? Can you read it?
I can tell what it says. 8 of fabric, 14 count, 17 by 25.
It's Picture This plus Cabernet is the color. So this is the color he has chosen to stitch pipers on. So that will be a plan.
That's what the red was for. Hold on. Where'd you go? It's either that this was for it. I think this was what
Actually, yes, I think this is what. So I think you had picked that one out, but then I went to my stash of Ada, which I have
I was
a little
gonna
bit.
give that to Kenzie, but then I decided to use that one for the poppers.
Okay, so there we go. That's what the red fabric board's for. So I found some red one for him. The Cabernet's still beautiful.
Yeah.
And he will use that for something else, I'm sure. But that red's a good choice for Christmas. So he's got Pop-Up, Nana, Aunt Jean,
Daddy,
and sister covered.
Youngest sister. And I know what I'm making for Uncle Glenn.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It's good. I've never told you.
Oh, well, there you go. Surprise! We get to be surprised together.
You're gonna have a surprise for next time, I guess.
Oh, and I'm gonna be surprised too.
And
apparently.
I'm gonna be designing it.
That'll be exciting. All right, we're gonna go bowling. I'm gonna get a little work done before the girls wake up, and we hope everyone has had a great July and is ready for
school to start back.
I'm
not completely, because of how summer went by, like within a few seconds.
Went by fast.
It wasn't a few seconds. 1 second ago, we were in Destin,
which is our kickoff to summer. So it's gone fast. The school year will go fast too. We gotta slow down, y'all. Let's just slow down. Whew. Rein it all in. We got a week left. A week left of summer.
Less than that.
No, a week. A week from tomorrow is when you go back. We have a full week left. We're gonna seize every moment.
I mean, at least it's a week and it's not 3 days, like Kenzie said it was.
Oh, she's ready to go back though. She
was counting down. She was counting down in the living room, and I was like, she's like, then it's gonna be 5 days, then it's gonna be 4 days, and then when she went down to 2 days, I like sprinted into the room.
She was rushing.
Yeah, because she's like rushing. I sprinted into the room to make sure I couldn't hear day 1.
Not ready. We're not quite ready for the 6 a.m. wake up calls, I think. I'm 6 a.m. You're like 6:30, 6:45.
I usually get up at 6 a.m. with you.
Sometimes.
Well, not usually, sometimes.
All right. We will see you next time. Have a great August. And hopefully sometime in August we will be able to check in. Bye.